Heard of a hoopoe bird? It's a very colorful bird. It's got black and white stripes on its wings. It's got a crest of bright orange. It's an orange-colored bird with black stripes. It's really interesting that it'll either have the punk rock look like this, or it'll hold it back, so it's a point actually out of pictures. This is what a hoopoe bird looks like. It's found usually in southern Europe, parts of Asia, and parts of Africa. Once, a long time ago, before camels had humps, when birds used to fly upside down, actually animals could talk then, there was a merchant. Now this merchant, he had no wife, no children, but the one thing he did possess was this beautiful hoopoe bird that he kept caged in his house. And he loved that hoopoe more than the sky and the earth. Well, one day the merchant, he went to the hoopoe and said, "I'm traveling to India. I know that India is where you come from. I was wondering if you would like me to bring you back anything from India." The hoopoe looked at him and said, "What I would like is you to let me out of this cage and give me freedom." "No, I could never do that. I love you far too much." "Well, then what I would like you to do is I would like you to go to this certain forest in India where the wild birds are, and I would like you to call out as loud as you can that I'm alive and well and living in captivity in a cage." The merchant said he would do that. And when he got to India, he found that forest. He found where all the wild birds were, and he called out and he said exactly what the hoopoe had asked him to do. But no sooner had he finished saying that than a hoopoe bird fell from the trees and lay lifeless at his feet. "Oh no," he said, "this is obviously a relative of the one I have, and I've killed it with that news." And when he went back home, the hoopoe asked if he had any good news. And the man said, "No, I have very sad, depressing news. It seems that when I mentioned your captivity, that one of your relatives fell dead from the tree." And no sooner had he said that than the hoopoe in the cage fell lifeless to the bottom of the cage. "Oh no, the news has killed my hoopoe itself." And he opened the cage door and he took out the bird and he went over to the window ledge and let it there, and as he backed away, the bird revived and flew off to a nearby tree and turned back to the merchant and said, "Thank you. Instead of, you thought you brought me bad news, but in fact, you brought me good news. You showed me the way to behave to get my freedom, and you, my captor, has delivered that message." And that bird flew off and was never seen again by the merchant.